Man, it was miserable. Was it miserable out there? Are you guys as miserable as I was? It was miserable. But you know what? Listen, I'm happy for those guys over there. You know, they had to sit on this for a year, right? You think about it. You know, we rolled in their gym last year and blasted them really good, and you know, they had to hear about it every single day from every single person for 365 days, right? And now, trust me, we're going to have to hear about this. Even going through the line, just looking at the guys, I just want to throw up. I'm like, we're going to have to hear about this every single day from every single person for 365 days. And that's why these games are great, right? And it wasn't a great game tonight. Unfortunately, that's the most disappointing thing for me is I thought this could have been a great game, a real battle, but they were just so much better than us tonight. And, you know, but I'm telling you, like, I believe this from the bottom of my heart. I didn't say this to my guys, I just actually cussed my guys out for a while. But from the bottom of my heart, I believe that this is going to be a key point in what we become by the end of the season. It is. And just like the last 4 wins are going to be a key point. You know, our whole mission in this deal is, can we go win a WAC tournament and get to the NCAA tournament and go beat some teams there? And you know, I wish that we could go win every single game and play great every single night, but that obviously did not happen tonight.
Mark, is it possible your guys were too revved up by the home crowd?
Sure, absolutely. You know what, listen, managing your emotions is important. One of the reasons I love these in-state games is because you get to, you know, here's the deal. When you get to tournament, when you get to a tournament, it's live or die. That's it. There's no tomorrow, right? And so, and we have to win 3 games. That's what we're shooting to do. So how do you get your guys the most experience trying to deal with those emotions before you get there? You play a lot of games like this, right? And I did an awful job getting my guys in the right frame of mind. You know, not just in the sense of today, in the last 3 weeks, but probably also in the sense of just the last year of kind of sitting on this win, right? And so I'm going to learn a lot from this. I'm going to learn a lot about how to deal with my team, and my guys are going to learn a lot from this, and hopefully when it comes down to it, as this season goes on, we're going to be able to implement all that stuff, and we're going to be a better team, right? That's what we have to do. That's our job as coaches.
How do you get a punch to the gut tonight? How do you get them back, ready to go?
We got like I don't know, I'm not a boxing guy, but we got more than a punch to the gut. I mean, we got like 3 10 counts and a KO, right? I mean, my goodness gracious.
How do you get your guys ready to go back up, like you said, up against a good UTSA team and then another in-state game? You know, they looked a little defeated tonight, which is expected, but how do you get that mojo back that you guys have had between tonight and?
It's got to come from inside us, right? And it's got to come from me, managing to find the right buttons to push, and it's got to come from a couple guys on our team saying, hey, we're not going to allow this to be who we are. And it's also going to come from the part of us that's like, hey, we got to pull everything we can from this thing, and then we got to put it together, right? And none of that is easy. And you know, I've talked about this all year long, right? There's a sense of you don't schedule like this because your team can just get beat up, right? But I have so much faith in my guys. You've all heard me say this 100 times, like I got the crooked crew, right? I mean, we've all been knocked down before, and then every single guy gets back up and gets back up better. And so that's what we need to do for this. And this is not the last time we're going to get knocked down, right? And we're going to have big-time victories, but hopefully in that process throughout the season, we grow into something really special.
Were you a little surprised at how much they kept you off the three-point line tonight? Only took 8 3-pointers in the entire game. No,
they've done a great job. You know, one of the things I was really disappointed with is our and they had a lot to do with this defensively. I mean, give credit to them. We just turned into kind of isolation basketball. That's not us. That's not how we play. Everything got so slow and stuck in molasses, and you know, that's on me. I got to fix that. You know, we got to kind of restore some pace and execution to our game. But they beat us so soundly on the offensive end and so soundly on the defensive end. You know, they should go home and sleep really well tonight, and we'll do the opposite, and that's why these games are freaking great, right?
Did your team take this loss maybe a bit harder because, you know, other than a lot of the 2 losses you've had this season, just because was BYU, this was in your home gym?
I think we'll take it really hard. I think we'll take it really hard because, for those reasons exactly. And I mean, listen, that's why this game is great, because we're 5 miles away and we gotta live with each other for the next 365 days, right? Until we do this again. But you know, at the end of the day, this game with BYU, last year it didn't define our season with the win. This year, we can't let it define our season with the loss. I mean, we know exactly what we're working toward. The question is, can we be strong enough and courageous enough and disciplined enough to kind of keep chasing it every day? And we kind of have had our focus on that squarely since the first day of the season. You know.
Do you think BYU will be willing to come back to this building again?
Why not? I mean, that's the one good thing. Like, there's no doubt they'll want to renew this contract, right? I mean, I'm going to try and get a 10-year contract out of it next time. I mean, why would they not want to roll back in here? In fact, they might want to play all the games here, right? I'm going to talk to Coach Rose tonight and be like, Coach, what if we just do a 4-year contract every game at our place? Why would they not want to come back here? I mean, it was, you know, they were terrific. So, you know, listen, I mean, it really, this is absolutely devastating. I'll pace the streets of Orem for several hours tonight, and then we'll get back to work. It's what I love about my team is that, like, this is going to crush us, and then it's going to freaking make us really good. So
it seems like the team has struggled early this season with a lot of defenses creating a lot of live ball turnovers. What do you got to do offensively to kind of get that under control?
I'm really disappointed with that, and that's on me. We just, you know, one of the things that I've been really pleased about is we've always been a pretty good assistant racial team, and we always had really good pace. And for me right now, I have that. I have really some really solid pieces, and I'm trying to figure out how to get them to how to incorporate it where we can still have some pace in the game. You know, I'm not a play calling coach, but I've turned into a coach that's calling plays every time down the floor, and I don't like that. It's not where I want to be. So I have to figure some of that out. I think as we get Zach back into the rotation, I think it's going to help us. You know, we better play with some more pace. But that's certainly something we have to figure out. It's a good question because you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing, and I got to figure that out. You know, we're 6 and 17 tonight. Like, that's not our teams. Yeah, I'm sorry, 6 and 17 turnovers. That's just not who we are. But we've kind of been upside down, I think, more games this year than not. And so that's one of the things that we're going to figure out and overcome. And you know, when we do that, we're going to be a much better team.
Is that a balance there when you have an AK? Excuse me, when you have an AK that can be so dominant in the post,
Yeah.
but then, you know, the post play changes kind of the tempo of the game sometimes?
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is a great game for us because they are so terrific at timing up their seals and getting post catches from the top where it's harder to monster and so good at finishing post play around the rim. This Luke Worthington I'm so impressed with this kid, what he's done. And obviously, Lily Childs is just a monster. He's terrific, going to be a great player. And so there's you know, in the last 3 days that we kind of prepared the scout, we're like, man, we have to figure out how to coach our guys better to do this because I think we can. Right now, you know, our seals aren't timed up very well, and we kind of are a fullback team of you know, kind of getting a left block catch, and it's easier to double and easier to monster, and it's really predictable, and we got to find some different ways where we can do that, and that's just going to require some extra time in the gym practicing and working out some schemes. But yeah, exactly, yes, 100%. Like, we can learn a lot from this team and the way they execute, because they executed great tonight.